What's up, people? Back with another reaction, back with some more solo Morrissey as we continue through the extra material in this expanded folder for the 1991 album Kill Uncle. Thank you again to Seb. And this is another B-side to the Sing Your Life single, specifically The Loop. It's not a single word title, there are two words, but it's essentially the same, meaning it's just a definite article and a general noun, so it's hard to get a read on what this loop might be. Obviously, a loop is something which repeats upon itself, but a loop can be a visual and or physical loop, something which actually has that shape. It can also refer more conceptually to a sequence of events that seems to repeat itself. It can refer to time if you are in a dimensional framework. So yeah, I do wonder what this loop might be. I wouldn't be surprised if it relates to a series of interactions or actions on behalf of someone in a narrative. Let us see what I can pick up on a first hearing. This is Morrissey, the song is The Loop, and it's another B-side along with That's Entertainment from the Sing Your Life single, 1991.
I just want to say I haven't been away. I'm still right here where I always was. So one day, if you're lost, by all means call, because you can do. If you want to
working in there? I'm not sure. I suddenly heard it more as it was fading out. But, you know, it's funny, like, unless music is notably arrhythmic and or atonal, on some level, it is always, or almost always, a loop, be that rhythmic, melodic, both. And yet, I wasn't really thinking about that in advance. And then, more than a lot of songs, I would say, this tune was essentially like a sonic loop. It had a simple groove to it, a simple, like, kind of country rock sound is the best way I would characterize this. And it really just kept cycling around and around, not just the drums, but even the guitar. And then eventually, you know, we did get a section with, like, vocals multiple times, but it was almost like mostly instrumental and just this rhythmic, again, like country rock type of groove. So the song was itself a loop, again, even more than a lot of songs are. So that's one aspect. Number two, he's talking about, like, he's still in the same place where he walks. I wasn't sure if the term was walks, but, like, it sounds like time is passing and yet he's in the same place doing the same thing, which itself suggests a bit of a loop, both like practical and temporal. But I don't know if there's a bigger point being made here. On the page, the lyrics feel like they can't be all that extensive because, again, it was like 60 or 70% of the duration of the tune, there weren't actually words or lyrics. But yeah, in terms of Morrissey's vocals, you know, very much what you would expect. He's not doing a lot of the, you know, bending and melodic flourishing like he does here, but just more kind of a straightaway song. I was actually thinking maybe in the middle of the tune, it's not quite the same, but, you know, I've been going through Chris Isaak's tracks as well, and he has a bit of that, like pop rock meets a bit of a, like, rural or country rock sound. So if Chris Isaak's voice had come into this one instead of Morrissey's, it wouldn't have been terribly surprising to me given the sonic environment. So either way, a cool tune, but definitely one that feels like a B-side. It feels less like an album track. And I don't mean that as a critique. I enjoyed the tune for what it was. But yeah, it felt like a tune that was more about atmosphere and vibes rather than about a, like, full storytelling tune or, like, you know, wicked stinging social commentary like he has in some of his songs. So that was the vibe that I got. When we come back to this folder next time, we shall be listening to Pregnant for the Last Time, which is apparently a non-album single, which then also has two B-sides, Skin Storm and Cosmic Dancer Live, which I'm curious about. And then we'll be on to the final two tracks in this folder, which is another non-album single and one B-side, which is My Love Life, and then I've Changed My Plea to Guilty, which is an interesting phrase. So yeah, definitely some interesting tunes left in this folder before we finish. As always, thank you to Seb. I did want to mention here, I'm going to be reviving the Smiths deep dive because Yvonne has given me access to a live performance album or release. I think it's called Rank. Let me just make sure I'm right about that. It might be in this batch, it might be tomorrow, but at the very latest it'll be tomorrow. So if it isn't in this batch, yeah, Rank Live. So we will look forward to that. I don't remember, does it say the year? Yeah, 1988. So, oh, and it's got some classics on it, like Ask and Panic, Queen is Dead, I Know It's Over. So yeah, oh, Big Mouth Strikes Again is the final tune. Well, I'm really much, that's poor phrasing, I am very much looking forward to this because, number one, I've just missed doing the tandems of Morrissey and the Smiths, and number two, I don't think I've heard much, if anything, live. Having said that, I think there actually is one more track in the files that Days Illusion shared with me from the era of Strange Ways, and I think it's a live performance of something. So, yeah, ultimately, even at some point I'll circle back and go through that. But as I said, we're going to go through this Rank live album, thank you to Yvonne, and I'm very much looking forward to it. So either it'll be in this batch, or if it's not, I assure you it will come tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. Let me know what you think here, and I will see you next time. Peace.